of options as we move through, and it's really just you listening to your own body on that. And that's pretty much it for me. Does anybody have any specific things that they want to work on today, or any questions about the practice? No? No specific hips, knees, core? Yeah, I will always include core. My approach is to include pretty much the whole body from head to toe. And then from time to time, I'll have a special area, like we're going to focus on the hips today or something like that. But we will go from head to toe. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We still have a couple minutes. So you can sit back in your chair to get started. And that's one thing that I do a little differently, because I want you to just let yourself feel the back of the chair. And I'm guessing that we use these blankets because it is a little more comfortable, right, on these hard chairs. I also say, and I haven't seen anybody do it, but if you start to feel like the chair is digging into the back of your legs, it's okay to take some of this and place it underneath your legs as well, okay? So just notice, it may make it a little harder to move around, but just know that you have that option, okay? I teach in a lot of communities, and this is the first time I've taught in a studio for several years. Yeah. Now I've taken a couple of classes here, but I've never taught here, so this will be a little different, okay? All right, any questions, comments? You're just ready to start, right? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we're not doing any sit-ups today, but we'll do some stuff that activates the core, okay? So we'll start by sitting back in the chair, and maybe you need a little wiggle to get settled in. Maybe letting your hands or your head or whatever you want to do. I used to, in grade school, be told that I wiggle too much. And ever since then, I said, when I'm an adult, I'm going to wiggle as much as I want to, right? All right, and then once you get a few of those wiggles out, go ahead and bring your feet make sure that your feet are about hip width, and we're just sitting back. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. We're going to turn our attention in. Notice palms down is generally a sense of turning inward, and turning palms up is a sense of receiving. So you get to choose that, which one feels right for you today. And then as we settle into the chair, start to feel and notice your connection to the ground and to the chair. Everything's settling down. And then from there, our spine is rising up. So we're still leaning back on the chair. There's no hurry to do anything, but to check in. And as you take your awareness inside, how are you feeling today? What kind of emotional state or thoughts did you bring in with you? Can you set the thoughts aside? And then start to notice the sense of feeling, the temperature of the room, your clothing on the skin, the sounds, the smells, and even maybe if you have your eyes closed, you might still see a little shadow on your eyelids. Good, and we'll just start to come into a natural breath, just recognizing the regular rhythm of your breath. We're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth. Simply by paying attention to your breath, it may begin to change. Maybe you start to go a little slower or a little deeper with the inhale. So we'll continue bringing that awareness into our body and inside. Maybe you observe some part of your body that's needing an little extra attention and love today. Good. So continue that slower inhale, fuller inhale, and slow exhale. And now if you choose, bring your awareness to your chest. If you'd like, you can bring your hand to your chest. And notice your inhale and whether your chest rises up. And as you exhale, does it soften back down? Everybody breathes differently, so don't be surprised if yours is a little different than what I'm saying. And then your awareness comes down to the rib cage, and you can place your hand on your ribs if you want to. And then with your next inhale, notice the ribs, diaphragm starting to press out in 360 forward, back, side to side. Exhale, soften. Again, inhale to the ribs. Exhale, soften. And now finally to the belly. Inhaling, noticing if that tends to press your belly out when you inhale. And exhale, let the belly relax back down. And if you don't feel it there that much, it's okay. So now that we've kind of found those three parts of the breath, the next time you find that big inhale, you can have one hand on your chest, one on your belly. If you choose, if not, you're just resting your hands. When you inhale, notice if you feel your chest rise up, your ribs or your belly first. And when you exhale, observe the same thing. Good, so we're going to take 3 more. There's no specific method, way that this needs to be. It's just acknowledging. Good, take 2 more breaths. And as you complete those 3 breaths, feel free to bring your hands down, come back to a natural breath, and gently open the eyes. Good. So use that little bit of centering for us to bring our bodies here, our minds here. Leave behind your shopping list, leave behind everything else, right? All right, with our eyes gently open, let's find a little movement. Bring your arms by your sides, make fists as if you're gathering the tension in your body, and then bring the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale, exhale, release, and maybe even stretch your fingers out. Let's take that again. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale. Inhale through the nose, and a big sigh. Good job. Turn the palms forward and turn the palms back, observing the shoulders. How do your shoulders feel as we go through that internal and external rotation? Good. And this also helps me to watch you and notice what you feel too. All right, and then we'll take the arms forward and then down and back. Take it 2 more times. If you want to come higher, you can. And if you want to go further back, you can. Good. One more time. Inhale up and exhale back. Good. Take the arms in circles. They can be really lazy circles at first. And then feel free. We're just warming up. After a bit, we may decide we want to go the other direction. I will give you lots and lots of options. And maybe after a bit, your arms get tired, and we just let them rest for a bit. I don't know what it is about my shoulders. As soon as my arms come up, my shoulders get tight. So we're going to make sure we take care of that. Shoulders up and then back and down. So we do a little rolling up and back and down. Good. All right. And then we're still sitting back in the chair, and I have this intentionally. Start to stretch your right leg in front of you. Press out through your heel. Notice the muscles that start to engage here. And then what's about the back of the leg? Can you start to feel that stretch? Point and flex through the ankle. Good. And then rotate the ankle around. There goes those pops and clips, right? That's normal. And then go the other direction. And then press your heel forward and draw your toes back. If you ever had plantar fasciitis, this is the thing, okay? Bend the right knee, bring the leg down. Let's go to the left side. So left leg comes forward. Just feeling again. Point and flex through the ankle. There goes mine. All right, and then rotate one direction and then the other direction. And then bring it down. There goes my knee. I knew that was going to happen. All right, let's do both legs. Good. And then arms forward. And we'll start with a flexion and then down, up and down. Good. And then rotate around. And I don't care if you've gone the same direction or the opposite direction, because we're going to take it a few times one way and then the other way. And just notice, by sitting way back in the chair, this is a little more doable than if we're sitting forward. Arms up if that feels okay. Inhale, exhale, bring the arms down, bend the knees. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Good. One more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Nice job. All right. And then we'll begin to scoot forward in the chair. I know you're getting really comfortable. So let's come forward and let our back do a little more work. Letting the spine muscles do a little more work now. So we have to hold ourselves upright. And if we're not working at this, what happens? This is what happens, right? This is our, our body gives in to gravity. So we're always working up against gravity. And when we do that, we actually keep the back of the back muscles stronger, right? Take your legs a little bit wider. And we'll start, and then the knees kind of out too. And we'll just rock right and left. Good. And then take that into a circle. Let your body start to come around the legs. And checking in, are you still breathing? Good. And then after a few times, go the other direction. Maybe you find a spot that feels pretty good and you want to stay there for a moment. Good. And we'll come up to center. Beautiful. Bring the feet back forward so the knees and toes are both facing forward. And then this time the arms by the sides. We do right shoulder up and back and down, and then left shoulder up and back and down. Almost as if we were doing a backstroke, right? So anybody was watching the Olympics. I don't even know if there was a backstroke. We can make it bigger if we want to, only if the shoulders feel okay with it, or we can keep it small, right? So we go from the backstroke to forward. And I don't know what this is called. I've heard American crawl. I've heard a lot of different things. I'm not a good swimmer. All right, and then breaststroke. So hands forward, we lean forward. There's the core, right? And then we push out and back. Good, and forwards and back. Breaststroke. All right, and then butterfly up and around. Inhale up. I used to always talk about Michael Phelps. Now I talk about Katie Ledecky. All right, good. All right, here's my favorite one because I'm not a good swimmer. I do doggy paddle. So do your doggy paddle, and then just like Esther Williams, we're going to do a glide to the right, or as they called it, artistic swimming this year. Doggy paddle and glide to the left. Anybody watch that? They were doing the moonwalk with their heads down. Doggy paddle, glide to the right. And notice that we're starting to feel the balance shift here. And then doggy paddle, glide to the left. Good. And then back to center. Nice job. All right, let's go into the neck now. So we're going to bring the chin up and back, because what happens in our natural day, if you're at your computer, if you're reading a book, we do this. We jut the chin forward. So we're going to pull it back, make the back of the neck a little bit longer, make these muscles work a little hard. And we're going to lean the right ear toward the right shoulder. And notice how the left side of your neck feels. So adding to this, left hand reaches down, spread those fingers wide, creating more space on the left side. Open and close the left hand. All right, gently turn your chin to the right, toward your right shoulder, and the left palm turns up, thumbs reaching back. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, chin down, turn your palm down. Inhale, chin up, left palm up. Exhale, chin down, palm down. Good, bring your head back to neutral. And just noticing that one side so far. And it's okay, shake things out, right? We'll come back to that long neck, left ear toward left shoulder, right shoulder reaching down, right hand reaching out, spreading those fingers wide, open and close the hand. Good. Taking the chins to the left and turning your right palm up. Thumb reaches back, rotating through the shoulder. Inhale, lift your chin. Looking up, exhale, chin down, palm down. So we're going to combine the neck with the shoulder. Inhale, chin lifts, palm turns up, exhale, back down, and last one. Good. And then finally bringing the head back to neutral. Good, and just kind of noticing neck and shoulders together. Now, depending on how your shoulders feel, you can take your fingertips behind your ears, or you can take your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers. If your shoulders don't like any of that, bring your chin, your fist underneath your chin, okay? And so all we're doing is letting the head come back with our hands supporting or just the chin, the fist under, and then chin down and elbows come closer together. Oops, sorry, I'm talking right into it. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift. And release your hands, bring your head back to neutral. We'll start some gentle circles, drawing the letter O with your nose, not dropping the head back too far. Go ahead and reverse and go the other way. Anybody got crunchies? Me too. All right, bring your head back to center. Nice job. So we're kind of working down from head to toe. All right, let's continue now with our side movement. So let's do right hand on right shoulder. Good, and we're just leaning to the left. And then release. Good, so this is going to be the gentlest variation or just arm down. And if you want to go higher, elbow comes up. Exhale, back to center. We're going to add 2 more progressions. Bent elbow over and back down. And then the final one would be all the way and reaching and taking an extra breath here. Feeling that right side of the body, lifting up and expanding. And as you're ready, come back out. And then just notice that right side of the body. Compare the right side to the left. We don't want you to be lopsided, so we'll do both sides. So left hand to the shoulder or down. It's up to you. We're going to lean to the right. Now you'll notice that I mirror, so I'm going the opposite direction of you as if you're looking in a mirror. That's just the way I learned. So we come up, maybe we'd bend the elbow and come a little higher, and then beautiful. And then one more, maybe you come and bring it up and over and take an extra breath here. Good, next inhale brings us back to center. Good, and just kind of letting things shake out. So those are we have 7 movements of the spine, 2 of them, the lateral bend side to side. Okay? We have a few more to go through, all right? So then let's come into our cat-cow. So with cat-cow, we begin to bring the tailbone under, the belly pulls back, the shoulders roll forward, chin toward chest as if we were arching like a cat. And then with an inhale, tailbone goes back, chest forward, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, round. I'm hearing stuff. I'm wondering if my phone's doing something. Nope. Good. Good. Continuing with your cat-cow. And noticing it's the entire spine. And as you exhale, pulling that belly back, starts to engage the core. And as we round and arch, we stretch across the chest and the belly. Good. And take one more. Good. Back up. Beautiful. And then coming back to neutral spine. All right. So those of you who are asking for core, we're getting ready. All right. Take your feet a little wider. And notice that when we had our hands on our thighs and did our circles, that supported our spine. And if your back is bothering you today, your low back especially, keep your hands on your thigh. But if you're feeling okay and you want to go for a little more intensity, notice that as we lean and reach forward, now you're having to use more of your center part of your body. So we're just reaching around as if we were stirring a big pot of soup. What's your favorite soup? Chicken noodle? All right. All right. And then with matzo ball, what about matzo? So just imagine a big vat of your favorite soup and you've got big stirring, right? All right. And can you feel your core muscles working there? All right. Come back to center. Nice job. All right. That's just a little warm up, kind of starting to get a sense of how that feels in the body. All right. Let's take the right knee, bring it in toward the chest. Good. Giving it a hug. Point and flex the ankle. And then rotate it. You'll notice I like to come back to the feet pretty often because they're pretty important to us. And then reverse. Good. As the foot comes to stillness, start to take your leg around in some circles. Your hand can hold on to the knee or under the thigh. And you can also choose to not hold on for a little challenge, right? It's a little more work, all right, or a lot more work. Good. And then reverse the direction of that. Oh, mine's starting to talk to me, so I'm going to bring it down. Take it to the right. Lift your heel, bring the knee in and out. So we're just doing a little hip motion here. All right, and then plant that right foot. We're going to bring the right hand to the thigh. Option to bring your forearm to the thigh, depending on how that feels on you. Left hand to the shoulder as we lean. Maybe we reach up, maybe we don't. Take an extra breath here. Coming into our side angle. Inhale, come on up. And now twist. Right hand goes over to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Each inhale, lengthen your spine. Each exhale, you acknowledge the twist. 2 more. Good. And then unwind your job. Left leg comes in. Again, front of the knee, back of the thigh, whatever feels better for you. We're hugging it in. Point and flex through the ankle. And then rotate around. I like to do this here because you can actually feel the muscles around your shin connecting to that ankle movement. Nothing works by itself. There's always a connection, right? And then taking that knee around in some circles. I want to tell you that if you have hip issues and you need a break from this, just bringing your leg down and in and out is a really good option too. All right, other direction. And again, if you want the challenge, you don't hold on. I'm going to hold on. This hip is cranky today. Anybody have a cranky hip? I do, yeah. Or 2. All right, now we're going to take the left leg out to the left and bring the knee in and out. All right, and then planting that left foot. Good. Start to lean to the left, hand down or forearm down is your choice. And as we lean to the left, right hand to the shoulder, maybe we come up, maybe we keep our hand down. And just lengthen through that right side of the body. Take a deep breath here. And an extra breath. Good. Use your next inhale to bring yourself back up. And then we rotate left hand to the right, look over your right shoulder. 3 rounds of breath here. Feeling the length of your inhale. And the twist as you exhale. Good. As you're ready, unwind the twist, come back to center. Left leg comes back in. Good job. Starting to feel the hips, the thighs, the shoulders, everything. We've done all the spinal motions except one. So the side to side, twisting, and then cat-cow. Those are 6, okay? The 7th one is length extension? Can you just get really tall in your spine? You don't have to reach your hands up, but just get as long as you can and imagine that you're climbing that rope to the sky. Good. Get as long as you can. Take a big inhale and a big sigh. Good job. All right. Do you all take water breaks? You're welcome to take a water break if you want. I'm used to teaching that way. It comes from Silver Sneakers. I used to teach Silver Sneakers, and that's their rule. You should take water breaks every 15 minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the straps and unwind your straps. Do you need to skip it? No, it's for the legs. Yeah, it's just for the legs. Yeah. No, that would be too much for you. I got it. So we're just opening it up, and then we have the center of the strap going under the right foot. And you need to sit a little forward for this one. But if your back bothers you, you're welcome to go back, okay? All right. Oh, good idea, loop. So we're just bringing it in. I love that loop. And then press out and bend. Press out. And, oops, do you need some help? That's a good idea. She kind of looped it over. Actually, mine are already. Yeah. All right. It's okay. It's okay. It goes over and under, basically. Oh, she just took it the way it was. Okay. Yeah. The loop is helpful if you only want to use one hand. So, okay. So we're just pressing out. And notice it's not about how high your leg goes. It's about what you feel in the back of your leg and in your hip. So you may be here. You may be here. Some of you can drag your leg way up like Josh does. I can't do that. So, yeah. It's just about the sensation and noticing, right? All right, and we're going to take the ends of the strap in the right hand. Take your time and finish, that leg, okay? And then we're going to go out to the right. Take a break when you need to. Bring it back to center. Out to the right. Back to center. This time as we go to the right, we're going to stay there for a moment. Press your left foot down, sit tall, and maybe the left arm reaches out. This is a great picture, isn't it? Yeah. Good. Bring it back to center. All right, let's bend the knee, release the strap, shake out the leg. Whew, those are intense. Second side, left foot. Your knee comes in. Oh, this is my cranky hip. Press it out. Pull it in. And press it out. See how it's different? When your knee's bent, you can come a lot higher than when your leg is straight. Good. This last one we're going to hold, sit tall. Press your heel forward, your toes back. There goes that big, intense stretch across the back of the leg, okay? Now imagine not having the strap and how much different that would be, okay? That's why we love the strap. All right, and then both ends of the strap go into the left, and we're just going to go out to the side and back to center. Out to the side and return. On this last one, hold. We're pressing out, pressing down through the right foot, sitting tall, and right arm out if you choose. Take an extra breath here. You notice my leg is not very high, and I still feel plenty. Good. Bring it back to center. Bend the knee. Release the strap. Shake it out. Good. Nice job. And then you can just set the strap down. I'm not sure I don't have any other plans for it today. All right. And now we have been using the feet, but I want to give a little special awareness to it. So just lift your heels and then lift your toes. So right now it's more about the ankles. And did you know that your ankles there's a muscle right here that helps the old blood come back up to your heart. So if you're traveling, you're in the car, you're in the airport, do these little pumps, okay? It's really good. And our feet are so important. All right, here's some toe work. We're going to bring the toes, the whole foot down. I want you to notice if you're putting equal weight on the big toe, pinky toe, and the heel, 3 points of contact. Good. And this will be more important when we're standing, but I just want you to give that awareness to it. And then is it possible to lift your toes off the ground and spread them out? Good. My hands do it too. Yeah, my hands do it too. And then bring your toes down and let's lift the heels. Good. So here we go. Ready for some brain work? Let's do that one more time. Toes lift, spread out, even if it's just imaginary, and then bring it down, heels up. All right, here's some brain work. Right heel, left toes. Left heel, right toes. Alternate, like you're paddling a boat. How's that going? I always want to include a little bit of brain work in the classes, right? You're paying attention. All right, now what are your hands doing? Can you? So your hands might do the same thing, but there's a real challenge into having our hands do something else. Is it possible to have our hands do something else while our feet are going? Interesting, right? There's your brain trying to coordinate so much. All right, when you're done, shake out the hands, tap out your feet. Get a little crazy. You can shake up, you can shake down, off to the side, the other side. Good. And then back to center. Nice job. All right. Take a deep breath through your nose. Let it go with a big sigh. Good. We've kind of warmed it from head to toe. So now we're going to move into optional standing poses. If you don't want to stand, it's always okay to stay seated. Please know that it's always okay to sit back when you need a break, okay? Here's how we're going to play with our standing. How do we get up? We're just going to lean forward and pretend and just see what does it take for us to start getting into position. So we want the knees to be about, and the feet to be about hip width apart. And then we just come back. So we're starting to use the core. As soon as we do this, we're starting to use our core and our back muscles. The core wraps around us, right? All right, the second variation is we start to lean forward. We hold on to the chair, lift an inch or two, and then come back down. Good. Everybody's good with that one, right? All right, third variation. Arms reach forward. As we get our weight over our feet, we come up. All right, and then back down again. Make sure that chair's there. Nobody moved it, right? All right, okay. I think the hardest way to do this particular pose is to take your arms across your chest and try to stay upright. I cannot do it. I cannot do it without leaning forward. Try it out. Yeah, okay. I just can't. I always have to lean into it, right? And then come on up. So I've got to get more weight over my feet. All right. Now here's the fun way. It's my fun way, all right? So we inhale, reach back. And actually we exhale as we reach back. And then we inhale, reach forward, come on up. And we're going to go for two more. Exhale, back down, and arms back. Inhale, shift, come on up. Exhale, back down. Good, last one. Inhale, come on forward. But we still got to sit down just to finish it. And then we do one more for blast off. So we call it blast off. Blast off. Yay, good job. All right, release. Walk around so you're behind your chair. You can scoot your chair forward. I'm going to turn mine sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And the first thing is just notice that as we've been sitting for a while, the hips get a little crunchy right here. So we want to take the hips, and your feet can be a little wider, and let's take the hips side to side and just feel that stretch through the sides of your hip. And then when you're ready, we'll take this around in a circle. It helps if you bend your knees a little bit. Gives you a little more movement through the hips. And then reverse and go the other way. Good. Nice job. All right. Anybody ever do belly dancing? I took classes. I'm really bad at it. So with belly dancing, they do this thing. I'm not going to hold you to it. They do this thing called infinity. It's an infinity shape. So you'd make like the figure 8 with your hips sideways, right? And you got to bend your knees a little to make that happen. And then reverse the other way. So anytime that you've been sitting for a long time, get your hips moving once you stand up. Okay? All right, and then come back to center. Nice job. All right. Holding onto the chair or not, depending on how you feel we're lifting the heels. Good. Inhale, lift. Maybe the arms float up. Exhale, bring them back down. Inhale, maybe you come up a little higher. Exhale, back down. Last one. Inhale, choosing wherever you want to take your arms. Notice your ankles, they get a little wobbly, right? And then bring it back down. Nice job. All right, so now, as you hold on to the back of the chair, we're going to step the right foot back and bend the left knee. You want a big enough step that your back heel doesn't actually touch the ground. So your front knee is going to be pretty close to your chair, okay? And then just feeling, this is a lunge pose. You want that foot back enough that you can really feel the back of your leg getting a stretch. Good, and you can do a little up and down movement. Good. All right, then we're gonna pause there. Feel your thighs pull towards each other. And then take just one arm up, right arm maybe. And then if you feel very steady, both arms. If not, keep one hand up, hands to the chair. All right, step the right foot forward. All right, this time left foot steps back, right knee bends. And I've got my heel up, so you want to try that, go for it. We're just going to press up, down, and then up and down and up. Getting a nice calf stretch there. And then we pause. I always like to reach my tailbone down so we're not aggravating the low back. Good. And then maybe just the left arm comes up. And only if you feel very steady would you do both. Good. All right. Bring the hands back to the chair. Step the back foot forward. All right. Now, take your feet a little wider. Toes turned out and swing side to side. Let your arms float with you. Maybe even tap your body with your arms floating like empty coat sleeves, they call this. I haven't worn a really coat in such a long time, I forgot what they look like. All right, and come back to center. Nice job. All right, so we're going to add to that same thing that we just did. So we're holding onto the back of the chair. The right foot steps back. The left knee is bent. Good. So what we can do now is begin to lean forward. Remember, this is not holding your weight. It's only there for a little bit of balance. So you can just use your fingertips. Lift the right leg. Your chest is closer to the chair. Notice the wobble. Notice the balance in the pose. And then if you feel steady, left arm forward. Good. Release. How did that side go? Wow. You're good at that. It's because you're trying to avoid using your arms. I get it. Yeah. All right. So this time, right foot forward, left foot back. And then as we lean toward the chair, left leg comes up. There's 3 points of contact here. So you are balancing. If you decide you want more, right arm reaches forward. And if you're feeling very, very, very steady, both arms off the chair or not. Okay. Good. Release the hands. I say that a lot. I'll say that a lot. Not or not. It's okay to not do something, right? All right. And then inhale, lift your chest, bring your heels up, look up. Exhale, bring it down and take your step back to downward facing dog. If stretching your arms out in front of you is not your best choice, you can do forward bend, hands on thighs. So reach your hips back and wiggle them side to side. Your hands are resting lightly on the back of the chair. And then look forward and walk your feet forward. That's our downward facing dog. The second variation of that pose would be to turn so that the seat is facing you, and you take your hands to the seat of the chair instead. So if that's something you want to try, turn your chair around. If you like the one we already did, then just stick with what we just did, okay? And just make sure all of the legs are on the chair, on the mat, so they don't slide around. So fingers go wide. Sometimes you can even hold the sides of the chair, and then you step back, bend your knees a little bit, and bring your hips up and back. So we really feel the back of the body here. But what's your core doing? You want your belly to be lifting to support your back here. One more breath. Good. And then look forward and walk forward. Come back to upright. Good job. All right. Taking our legs wide and toes turned out diagonally. All right. Let me get a sense. Anybody have knee issues here? It's so common. We all have knee issues. So I just want you to know you do need to bend your knees sometimes in your life, even if you have knee issues, but we want to do it the correct way. So with goddess pose, what we can do is take those legs wide, hug the thighs up. So you're going to imagine that these muscles are hugging the bone, and then a tiny bend in the knees. That's all you need to do. And you're still doing goddess pose, okay? So hips hinge back, your weight is a little bit more in your heels, and then we're hugging up, okay? And then just come back up. So that's the tiny, tiny bend. If you're feeling healthy and you want the challenge and you want to go deeper, you're welcome to do it, okay? All right. All right. Yeah, and if your knees are talking to you, take a break. Keep your legs straight. It's okay. All right? It's talking to you. So we come to goddess arms. And bend only if you want to. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend. And last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, come here. Hands to prayer. Good. Feeling right heel lift. Right heel down. Left heel lifts. Left heel down. All right, you might guess. We're going to see if we can do both. There's a lot of wobble here. All right, great. Heels down, come on up. Take your feet parallel, still wide. Good. Hands on hips, forward bend. You decide if you're coming a third of the way, a half of the way, or all the way down, hands to shins and ankles. I want to caution you that if you have a lot of low back issues, it's better to keep your spine long here and not go as far. Shake out the head. And then bring your hands back to the thighs. Press yourself back up. That's my very favorite standing pose. Wide leg forward fold. It just feels really good on my back. Turn your right foot to the right. Bend the right knee. Arms out, warrior 2. Yeah, and if you need to turn sideways on your mat, that's okay too. Okay? All right. Turn that right palm up. Lift up through the right side. Left hand comes down into our peaceful warrior, and then to warrior 2. Right hand to the thigh. Left arm up into our side angle. You can also keep your left hand on your shoulder. Good. Back to warrior 2. Relax the arms, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Nice job. Wiggle the hips. We got the other side. Left toes turn to the left. Left knee bends. Taking a look, knee is right over the ankle. Sometimes it helps to take that right heel a little out a little bit, just to get the hips moved. Arms out to the side, warrior 2. As you look at your left hand, left side comes up, expanding into our peaceful or victorious warrior. Exhale, hand to thigh, into our side angle, option right hand to shoulder or reaching up. Good, back to warrior 2. Relax the arms, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Hands to hips, gentle, gentle back bend, lifting the chest. And then exhale, forward bend. Take a couple of breaths here. Good. Slowly come back up. Good. Heel toe the feet closer together. Maybe we do a little march, a little shaking, whatever feels good. Okay. All right. So now move to the right side of your chair. Left hand is on the chair. You may decide you don't need it, but it's there in case you do. Okay. We're going to keep this really simple today. The most important thing, there's not one more important thing in balance. It's just noticing, first of all, your feet. Do you feel equal weight on each foot? And can you feel the big toe mound, the pinky toe mound, and the heel as a point of contact, equal weight? Okay? So we want to use those feet really well. So you find a focal point, something to look at that's not moving. Begin to shift your weight to your left foot. Left hand is holding onto the chair, right knee bends. We start with toe down and notice how that is. If you feel steady, right knee comes up. We're going to come into our crow pose. Karate Kid, right? Maybe both arms are off the chair, maybe not. And if you're feeling really fancy and you want to kick out that right leg, feel free. Bend the knee, bring it back down. How did that go? Yeah, it's kind of like you have to notice which side is different than the other, right? Before we go to the other side, feel free to take what you need, a forward bend, a down dog, anything you want to, and we'll move to the other side. Good. This time the weight is now in the right foot. We find our focal point. We feel our feet firmly on the ground. And then as you're ready, shift your weight to the right. Bend the left knee, keep your toe down like a kickstand at first. See how that feels. Stay long in your hips. If you feel steady, left knee comes up. Good. Or not. If you feel steady, let go. Or not. Option to kick it out. And then bring it back down. Good. So that's from Karate Kid. All right. Good job. All right. And then we'll just take some last circles with the hips while we're standing. And then other direction. And maybe one more forward bend. I'm only going to go a little ways just because that's what my back wants today. Good. And then when you're ready, make your way to your chair and have a seat. If you want to grab a drink of water, it's a good time for that. We'll do a little bit of shoulder work, starting to stretch out the shoulders. We'll take your right hand, bring it in front of the left arm, hug it in, and just feeling the shoulder down away from the ear. Maybe a little rotation to the left. Maybe observing the back of your shoulder, wherever you feel this. Good. And then unwinding, let the right arm reach back. Good. Stretching across the front of your chest. Maybe you even let that wrist bend back and get a little bit more through your whole wrist and hand, okay? What happens if you turn the head the other way? Does it feel different? Yeah, we're just adding to it. Bring your head back to center. We're going to do a pat on the back, right hand to the shoulder, left hand can help hold it up. And you can be here, here, or here. Depends on your shoulders, your arms, right? We're just doing a little stretch here. If it helps, you can lean to the left. And here's where we sometimes hold our breath, so make sure you're still breathing. Good. Release. Good. And then just shake out that right shoulder. All right, who has shoulder issues? Yeah, me too. I've had surgery on one side, the other one's still healing, okay? Man, just crazy stuff, right? Left arm across the chest, hug it in with the right. Maybe we twist a little bit to the right. We'll take a few breaths here. And then start to take that left arm, bring it out to the side. Any amount. If you can reach back, reach back. And if you need to turn it, I like that. Interesting how you rotate it in. That's how it feels better for you. And then maybe back with your wrist. Good. So this is different. This is different. That's even more different, right? So you kind of just check in. Shoulder moves a lot of different ways. Bring the arm forward and then pat on the back. Right arm helps hold it up. And remember, we can keep it low or send it up high. If you take it high, you can start to feel the triceps here. And maybe we lean a little to the right. We'll take about 2 breaths here. Good, come back up. Good, relax the arms, shake them out. Come forward again. And let's let the right ankle cross in front of the left ankle with the knee out to the side in a wing. And at first we just notice how that feels in the hip and maybe your knee, and we're just gonna do a little flap the wing. All right, and then depending on your hips, you may try bringing your right ankle to your left thigh. And then just walk your left foot under the knee. And it's okay if you need to take it forward, okay? So we're in our seated pigeon. I know you've probably done this before. And so your choice is to stay here, lean back, lean forward. And which one do you like better? So it's just checking in. Where do you feel it? You feel it in your back? Anybody feel it in the right hip? Yeah. So it's a lot of different things happening. For anybody with sciatica, this can be a release. If it bothers your back, you don't want to go too far, okay? All right, and then we'll just take about 2 more breaths. Here. Good, slowly come back up, uncross the leg, and then we're gonna take the leg and bring it over your head. Just kidding. All right. Send it out. I always say that, and in one of my classes, somebody always tries it, and she's really close. I'm like, please don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. All right, right leg out to the right, left arm up. We're in John Travolta. Staying alive. That's a good one, right? Yeah. All right, and release. Bring the right leg back. All right, let's do the second side. Left ankle crosses in front of right. We make that wing. And then flapping up and down. And then deciding, are you going to stay here or are you going to bring it up? And especially if you have knee issues, it's a good idea to put that L shape in your ankle because it tightens the muscles around your knee. So you can stay here. Again, you have a choice. Back, forward, or even come out of the pose. So take your time. We'll be about 3 breaths here. So we go to the point of sensation, but no strain and no pain, okay? Good. Begin to come out of the pose when you're ready. Uncross the leg. Send it out to the left. Right arm reaches up. Good. Saturday Night Fever. Yeah. Bring it down. Bring the legs back to center. All right. Let's come through a little sun salutation. So the arms are going to be down by the sides. With an inhale, we bring it up. And you can do halfway. Okay. And then open it out to cactus. Keep your jaw, think about abdominal muscles. We're leaning forward. Feel the back work here. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the thighs. We start to lower into a forward bend, but then scoop the chest forward and look forward like our cobra. And then exhale down to forward bend. Sweep the arms out and up as we come back to upright. Hands to heart. Are you too close together? I guess we should have checked that first thing, right? Just noticing if you had enough space. Okay. All right, so let's go again. All right, so we're a mountain. So equal feet, equal hips, right? Arms by the sides. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart. Open it out to cactus. Lean forward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hands to thighs. We lower just enough and then scoop the chest forward, look forward into our back bend. Exhale, down to forward bend. Sweep the arms out and up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Opening it out to cactus, leaning forward. Good. All right, and then hands to thighs, scoop, come forward and then scoop your chest forward, look forward to cobra. Exhale down to forward bend. Let's do halfway up. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, back down to forward. Sweep the arms out and up. And hands to heart. Pause, close your eyes if you'd like. Feel that equal pressure in each hand. Good. Gently releasing. Good job. Sit all the way back if you'd like. And just make fists with your hands and circle the wrists around. Circle other direction. And then as you spread your fingers wide, you're pressing forward. You can have your elbows back here, or you can straighten your arms, just choosing what feels best in your body. And then we'll do it up and down movements. And then turn the palms up. Left hand stretches one finger at a time. You're going to notice the ones that are kind of, talking to you today. I find it helpful to take your hand forward and gently grab at the thumb joint and just do a little wiggle, creating a little space in that thumb joint in case you have some arthritis, which I do. Yeah. All right, left hand, palm up. Right hand draws one finger down at a time. As I said, head to toe. I want to make sure we get everything. Good. And then palm forward, gently grabbing the thumb joint and doing a little wiggle. Good. And then we'll release, shake out both hands. Take a moment to do any last pose you want. It can be forward bend. It can be leaning back in your chair. And just taking a little bit of a back bend supported by the chair. Good. Maybe give yourself a hug and a pat on the back. I'm gonna have to move that. Good. And how about that lean back again? And one more hug with the opposite arm on top. Think your feet. And then we're going to sit all the way back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let go with a big sigh. If you choose to be on your mat, you're welcome to make your way down for Shavasana. Otherwise, just find your most comfortable position. Gently close your eyes. Does anybody want a lavender towel? Does anybody want a lavender towel? Yeah. No? Okay. They're really nice. Anybody else? It's cool. All right. It's cool. Yeah. All right. So just let yourself rest. I guess I don't really know how to turn these off completely. Good. Good. Softening everywhere. Notice your feet. Let your feet and toes relax. Take that awareness up through the shins, the calves, the knees. And then your thighs, your glutes, your whole back of your body. Resting into your chair or the mat. And as your back is supported, let your belly and your chest soften. Both shoulders, down the arms, the elbows, the wrists, your hands and each finger. All effort leaving. Awareness to the back of the neck, the back of the head, and then your jaw. Let your teeth separate. Soften your lips and your cheeks. The space between your eyebrows, the corners of your eyes, your forehead, your whole head, your whole body. And then just allowing yourself to rest. I will bring you back when it's time. Very gently begin to bring your awareness back to this present moment. Let yourself reconnect with the breath and noticing any sensations in your body. As you're ready, find a little bit of movement. Maybe your fingers and wrists are ready to move. Maybe you let your toes wiggle and your ankles move around. Maybe the head rocks side to side. And then choosing any stretch that you might want to take as we begin to reawaken from our Shavasana. Good. And then finally, taking one more deep breath through the nose and a big sigh. Making your way to a seated position if you choose. We'll turn the palms up, acknowledging something good in our life. Mine today is being here with you and bringing your hands together in front of your heart to seal in that gratitude and keep it with you the rest of the day. I wish you a beautiful day. May you be happy and healthy. May you be free. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Let me get the lights back on. No hurry. No hurry at all. If I know how to do this. as part of it.